Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. You might think of Prime as only a way to get fast, free delivery, or maybe as the place to stream movies, shows, and sports. But it's actually way more than that. Maybe you've got a passion or a hobby. Prime can help you get the most out of it. Whether you're streaming documentaries on marine animals, ordering action figure stands with free one-day delivery, or finding the perfect playlist to impress that special someone, Prime makes it easier and faster to do what you love. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into. Hey everyone, welcome to Quick Serve. Day 5 recap. Just finished watching the Coco Vekic match and got a little weird. Mixed emotions. We'll get into a deeper dive on this. Obviously, Coco wins, but double faults all around both sides. First set was bad. Coco got emotional on a switchover, handshaking. A lot to unpack with this situation. Curious to hear what questions you guys have. Match of the day. Swiatek almost lost, guys. And it was weird because it was so early in the day that there wasn't like a ton of energy or atmosphere. And I'm going, whoa. This is like a ground shaking match that's taking place right now. Gets through 6-4 in the third over Lamens. She didn't play that well either. Was missing a lot more than she has. And listen, it happens during a slam. Of the 7 matches that you win, you're not going to play well in all 7 of them most of the time. But Swiatek, to her credit, earlier this year when things weren't going her way and she was losing some, there was kind of more panic looks at her box, right? Like, let's solve for this. There wasn't one today. And I promise you, she didn't feel like she was in control of everything. Didn't play great, but got through. Also, my favorite match, I think the most fun match that I watched today was a doubles match, guys.
Oh, yeah?
Boom.
You're having a real doubles week.
Boom. I'm a convert, apparently. Loved the mixed doubles last week. I think the most fun, joyful in a match, in a day full of like angsty kind of performances where it was just kind of strange. Leylah Fernandez and Venus Williams was the team that I didn't know I needed. Took out the number 6 seeds, Kitchenak and Perez. It was amazing. Like the positivity flowing off of Leylah and Venus in full flight. Listen, when you're 45, your movement isn't getting better, right? She is amazing. The fact that she's come back and played as well as she has, winning a match in DC and taking the 11 seed to 3 sets the other night. Leylah, I love this pairing. Leylah's a psycho in the best way at the net. Like, she crosses on everything. Venus doesn't get extended to the corners, can square up the ball still. I hope this partnership lasts, right? I mean, Leylah's been a great doubles player. Venus obviously won, I think, 14 majors with Serena. This
just
was
14? Just 14.
Just a casual 14 in your second priority, just a little side hustle. 14,
oh my gosh.
14 doubles majors. If I'm not, I think that's the number.
Leylah Fernandez, by the way, 22 years old.
It seems like forever ago that she played Raducanu in the finals of this in singles. And I actually don't think it was bad for her to play in front of 14,000 on Louis Armstrong. Place was packed, going crazy, and she has Sabalenka next, right? So a little bit of atmosphere before the singles matchup, but this was joy. This was fun. This was pure. This was no stress express or all the good type of stresses. This was fun. Loved it. Also, I've never seen more focus from Naomi Osaka. Every point. Up 6-3, 5-1, and still super intense. Almost had that Rafa and point-to-point mentality. She went to the desk afterwards with Chris McKendry and Sloan and was kind of very matter-of-fact. Wasn't, obviously... Naomi rarely kind of overshares in those types of interviews, but was just saying, like, the only thing I'm really concerned about right now is intensity, and it showed. She is playing great. Musetti rolled David Goffin. David Goffin is a former top 10 player, knows how to play tennis. Musetti was opening up the shoulders. Rublev over Boyer in 4 sets. Tough 4-setter. One of the matches of the day, Kaboli against Brooksby, 7-6 in the 5th. That hurt. I hurt for Brooksby on this one. I thought he was going to kind of figure that one out. Props to the crowd for going out and supporting Jensen Brooksby. And Kaboli just kind of has been playing a bunch of matches. Looks really match tough. That was fun to watch. And Techie Sean, Karen Khachanov was up 2 sets against
Mike Schock.
And then he lost in 5 sets to
Mike Schock.
And I'm glad that
Mike Schock.
There you go. Can say his own name because I was pretty confused by the spelling of it. Khachanov, highest seed to lose, number 9. You like that one, Mike?
You want to take a stab at that one yourself?
My Chuck.
There you go.
Is that it? Okay, I'll do it.
Wait,
and then
so that's him actually pronouncing it? Is that from the ATP site?
It's just a random YouTube video.
You're like iPhone bot.
Okay, Mike, close your eyes. Close your eyes for a second. Okay. Now tell me if this is the recording or this is me. My Chuck.
Is that moving on?
Okay. Bublik rolled 3-3 against School Kate. I was a moron. Like, I picked upset special for some nostalgia. Bublik has an absolute bomb of a serve. Like, he gets through service games in about 47 seconds. He was rolling today, not doing as much of the, dinky drop shotty stuff. It was pretty intense today. He's just a bomb. He drops bombs. Sinner, it's like he didn't serve well and still rolled a guy who plays really good players really tough in Alexei Popyrin. Sinner and Alcaraz, it's just the narrative is probably getting tired where it's these two and the rest, and then Alcaraz goes and does what he did last night, and then Sinner kind of ho-hums it today where it's a super comfortable scoreline, and they're doing nothing to fight the narrative that it's them two and the rest of it. Sinner looked very good. Some upsetting news yesterday was Draper pulled out of the tournament with an elbow injury after not having played since Wimbledon. I hope this is nothing serious. One of the best stories of the year was Draper and Indian Wells, and then Draper making the finals of Madrid. Through Rome, he was probably the 3rd best player in the world this year. You do not want to see this type of growth, momentum, improvement, and star power, frankly, sidelined by injuries. Yeah, Mike.
What is that process like? Is he saying, "Hey, this feels pretty good," and then he goes out and it's just, I mean, if you're dropping out of this, the last major slam of the year, it must be something you're concerned about long-term implications with, right?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, I'm no doctor, but let's just go through the facts of the situation. You haven't played since Wimbledon, and he had to be chomping at the bit to play in hot weather on hard courts post Wimbledon. Those are the kind of tournaments that he's going to want to. He doesn't want to miss any tournaments, but especially those type of tournaments. You come here, you have to think that if he chose to play mixed doubles, that he was feeling pretty good. There's no world where you put extra stress on your body if it's not feeling great. Plays this first round match, gets through, and then pulls the ripcord. You don't really pull the ripcord unless there's a version of this injury that can be made way worse, right? If anything, it's like, okay, if it's just sore or if it's overuse or if it's tendonitis or anything like that, you probably get through the open and then renegotiate. To pull out, it's concerning considering he hadn't played much going in and he seemed healthy. I didn't see him shaking out the arm in mixed doubles. So this sucks. Like, this is concerning because he was a massive breakout star starting with the U.S. Open last year, right, where he made the semis and lost to Sinner. And then he had been playing great this whole year. So I hope Jack Draper gets healthy. I hope he gets some clarity. You try not to be negative and fear the worst, but it's hard not to. With someone with this much potential, him and Shelton maybe enter the conversation of disruptors for these two, and you just hope it doesn't go sideways. You hope that it doesn't take 6 months, or it doesn't take 4 months, or whatever it would be. And the other thing, guys, you ready? Medi.
Oh no.
Little lighter in the wallet.
Oh, they gave him a little bit of a fine?
$43,000, and he deserved it, right? Like he
for
stalled
breaking his own racket and screaming at people.
I have no screaming at people, but like the 6-minute delay, right? And people say I'm soft on Medi. I just find him humorous, and I think he's like wildly intelligent, and I kind of have a soft spot for people who maximize their ability. And he absolutely deserved the fine. Right, like you break that, the precedent's there. You break that much stuff, even if it is your own, which we can have a conversation for another day, whether I think that should be the case.
What's your favorite fine
that I ever had?
Yeah, when you're like worth it.
Yeah, I remember. I was playing Richard Gasquet in Indian Wells. This is bad, guys. This is bad.
I'm sorry, I asked.
This is bad.
Not. Tell us.
So I'd already gotten, I don't know if it was a warning. I don't know if I'd gotten a warning or this was for a point penalty, but I got an argument with the umpire. I don't even remember the umpire, to be honest. I wish I did. Or maybe I've blocked it out because I'm embarrassed by my own actions, which is commonplace. Anyways, Gasquet hits a passing shot, and I'd got an argument like 2 or 3 points later. And like when you cough something, like when you're in high school, you're like, oh shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did that,
Absolutely.
but I was like, fuck you. And then I tried to argue my way out of it with Tom Barnes, who's a dear friend, tour supervisor for a long, long time. And he goes, Andy, seriously? And I was like, all right. I said it.
So unlike you, Medi just went straight to the mic though. There was no coughing under his breath.
See, that's the thing where it's original. You don't often see originality in arguments. And maybe that's where I get a little blinded. Like, I wish I would have thought of the move that Medi did where he just ignored the umpire and went to the microphone. Like, the cleverness is great. And he earned the fine, right? You don't want to, and he's been going mental. And it's probably not great for him. And going straight to the microphone is hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, commenters. Are you guys the fun police? Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, he didn't go crazy and call someone like uneducated. What? Too soon?
No, actually quite accurate.
Yeah. I mean, listen, disrespectful in a lot of his own ways, points for originality. And yeah, he spent half his paycheck on that little deal for us. And the biggest thing is delaying the match for 6 minutes at a time, freezing your opponent. Like, that's the stuff that is gamesmanship. That's the stuff that you don't really like. But if he breaks his own rackets, and the microphone thing was hilarious. You can comment all you want. That missed me though. That was hilarious. I'm sorry. That was great. But the story that's going to get reported on from the day over and over is this biomechanics, McMillan coach, you can see the stress just flowing out of Coco, and it's been amazing to see how she's dealt with the yips for like a year and a half. Right? She won the French Open.
Yeah,
this year.
It's insane.
Dealing with this issue. Like, it's weird because her saying it's like she said in press, and I love Coco, all cards on the table. I have a hard time being unbiased when it comes to Coco. So let's just level set there. But the conviction with which she sat in press and was like, this is a biomechanical issue. This is no mental issue. It's hard with the emotional sets attached to the match tonight. And you could see the buildup of whether it's attention on it, whether it's stress with training it, the focus on it. Like, yeah, it was mental, right? Like maybe it's both. It's not either or, it's always both. But of course, you're human. If you get asked about something all the time and everything is reported, yeah, at some point it becomes something you think about. Like, there's no chance it's not. But it was hard. I mean, she She's able to compartmentalize serve, rest of her game in an amazingly admirable way. Like crazy. Win the French Open with a yippee serve, right? Like it's unbelievable what she's accomplished. She's 3 in the world. She won tonight. She broke down on a switchover, hand shaking, had to take a bathroom break to kind of compose herself, and then was able to kind of find a little bit of rhythm in the second set. Right? But it can't, there are issues. I mean, listen, and the other thing is I spent 2 practices with Coco where we worked on the serve for a grand total of an hour. And for the next, the first month of the season, she was serving unbelievable, right? And then chips were down against Saba in that semi in Australia, 2 years ago. And it kind of crept back in. But there's some physical parts, there's some corrections. Everyone knows she falls forward. If the ball goes too far out in front of you and you're reaching, you can't create spin, right? When it's here, you can get the bottom of it and create spin. I think everyone knows that. I think she knows that, right? But it just pressure manifests itself in a different way, and pressure is a stress test for technique. And it's something that she has been is working through. I don't mind her changing something. The timeline is rough, and everyone's pointing to the Sabalenka of things. I'm pretty sure Sabalenka started working on it during an off season when you have 3 or 4 weeks, right? She's trying to do this on the fly in 3 or 4 days. It's really hard. And I have so much respect for her getting through these matches. It's amazing. And her making the call because she felt like she needed to, I'm good with all that. But for the expectation to be that she's going to go out and it's going to be fixed in 3 days, like that, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I mean, in the first set, she had 7 double faults, 63% on first serves, 59% on first serve wins. But then she had the break. She took that time when Donna Vekic had the elbow getting looked at by the doctor. She went out and grabbed balls, and she was ripping serves.
She made like 9 out of 10 of them.
9 out of 10, and then she comes out in the second set, 1 double fault, 77% first serves in, 70% first serve wins. So it's... that's not mechanics, right? It's just resetting. It's resetting both. Level set of mind.
It's both. It's all of it.
Okay.
Right. Like there's no, like you can, it's not as if there's a clean separation of church and state, physical, mental. It's all intertwined and it all works together. It's all one thing. Right. And she's able to deal and separate and compartmentalize, which is like a superpower for an athlete, whether it's on court, off court. She's been as good as I've seen for someone who has this glaring thing that she has to address all the time. But you could see the stress build up out there tonight. Like there's no way you could. I'm curious to see what she says in press. But yeah, there are big feelings there because you're exposed, right? Like your biggest insecurity is exposed and people are watching it in real time.
I mean, she broke down in the post-match on court. She had a great saying. She said, no matter how tough it gets inside, you can do it. But, she's breaking down when she's saying this. And then she went to the ESPN desk and she was clearly emotional there still. But the fact is she was going and doing those things, right? Like she's not hiding away from it. She's embracing it and facing it. I thought that was really powerful.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we can talk about serve and we can talk about concern for serve. And that's a separate conversation than Coco addressing things head on, right? Like she hasn't hid from anything ever. Head on, dealt with it. Tonight was like, it's hard to, like, I'm going to give credit for the mental part of it and all, but you can't, the only thing I think I've ever disagreed, it's like, you can't separate. Like I would love for the world to be, okay, this is physical, this is mental. It's definitely not mental. Like, it all lives together. It's one thing, right? Like, and the serve is mental. I've stood 3 feet from her and watched her hit 50 beautiful serves in a row. Like I've seen it. She has the ability to be a great server. I do think she will be a dominant server at some point. I really do. And I hope this works.
That's scary for her opponents.
Yeah, and the first serve percentage is higher because she's spinning it in. She's, going for the middle of the box. The priority is on making it. She has 125 in her arm. She can hit it that big. Like I've seen it. It's absurd. And I hope this works. When the good serves right now look cleaner than they did, 3 weeks ago. So credit to the new team. but like you can't create muscle memory in 4 days, right? Like I think that's just an unrealistic expectation. So I don't know what we're expecting, like a magic fix. Like there's no aspirin for this, right? Like it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take some work. Nobody more up to the task than Coco Gauff, right? But this is to go 7 full matches with that amount of stress is going to be very hard. But the rest of her game, it's funny because we talk about like the best players in the world and Novak struggling, and he gets through, and we talk about Coco struggling, and she's through, right? Like it's pretty amazing that there can be these glaring things. Novak struggling physically the first 2 rounds, Coco struggling with serve, and kind of with the new thing, and you can see the kind of the mental anguish on her face, and they win. It's just really impressive. Can't wait for tomorrow. Thank you for watching. This show, Quick Serve, brought to you by Amazon Prime. Lots ahead. Swiatek almost goes down, and it was like everyone was so calm. I'm like, this is like a, I don't know, whatever. This is Quick Serve, brought to you by Amazon Prime. We'll see you tomorrow. Support for the show comes from Amazon Prime. Prime is more than just fast, free delivery. It's your go-to for streaming music, movies, and sports. Plus, it's also a great way to connect with the things you love. Into skiing? Stream ski films on Prime Video even when the slopes are bare. Love fishing? You can get new gear delivered fast and be back by the water in no time. Planning your next big trip? Prime helps you get everything you need faster than you can write your out-of-office email. Whatever you're into, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.